Surely everyone has heard about the executions that got sent to Egypt because the pharaoh did not want to release the Jews from slavery. One of these misfortunes was the invasion of toads. Just imagine that everything around is covered with frogs. You can believe that this is possible, or you can treat this phenomena as a legend written many centuries ago. But what do you say to the fact that such a miracle of nature has already been recorded more than once in our time? Not only toads fell on the heads of people, but also many other living creatures. Well, let's try together to figure out whether this is really possible, or is it all just another lie? If you think that rain is very romantic, as long as it is not made of frogs or cows, then subscribe to the channel and be sure to express your opinion in the comments. So, for the first time, Pliny the Elder mentioned the rain of frogs in the 77th year after Christ. However, he himself did not believe that this was possible and assumed that most likely the frogs crawl out of the ground after heavy rains. This theory has long been considered the main one in this matter, and everything would be fine, but there were cases when quite exotic precipitation fell on people's heads. For example, in January 1877, there was a downpour of snakes in Memphis. In 1978, it rained shrimp in Australia, and in 2007, also in Australia, it suddenly rained spiders. Also, from time to time in different parts of the world, birds and various small animals fall to the ground along with rain. For example, in December 1973, in the city of Stuttgart, the US state of Arkansas, frozen ducks suddenly began to fall from the sky. And it wasn't one of those sold ready to eat, but ducks inexplicably frozen alive into shapeless blocks of ice that fell out in a strange rain. The most recent recorded case was in Florida, when it rained frozen iguanas in January 2018. And in Honduras, in general, rains of fish are an annual phenomena. Even scientists from National Geographic have tried to investigate this phenomenon. Experts witnessed a case of fish rain but could not explain it. It was interesting that all the fish were the same size and the same species. So what is the reason for this miracle of nature? Modern scientists attribute everything to very strong winds, such as tornadoes, waterspouts, or hurricanes. These phenomena are powerful enough to carry small animals over long distances. Let's assume that this is so. Frogs or other living creatures were picked up by a whirlwind from the pond and after a few kilometers rained down on the heads of passers-by. But in this case, where did everything else that lives in reservoirs go? Dirt, mud, or algae? Why does the whirlwind so selectively pick up only frogs or a certain type of fish? Also, the theory of tornadoes is questionable due to the fact that many cases have been described when precipitation from animals occurred in the absence of strong winds in the area and in completely calm weather. This is one of the shortcomings of this theory. Of course, there are other versions to explain these phenomena up to UFOs, but so far there is not a single more or less consistent scientific hypothesis. However, miracle rains continue to fall in all corners of the planet, and at the moment more than 100 unexplained cases of such unusual rains have been recorded. Perhaps some of you already know the explanation for these wonders of nature. If so, be sure to tell us in the comments below the video.